Hi! In this video we are going to dive into the use of strings for programming. Strings are sequences of characters such as letters, digits and so on that are represented by one or two quotation marks at the very beginning and at the end of this sequence. In this case, here you have an example of one string that represents hello world. Take into account that spaces also count as characters. In addition, we need sometimes to represent special characters such as a tab, a line break and so on that are used by using the hash, the slash here with T, for example, for tabulator, a slash N for line break and so on. So these are also special characters that can be put here in the message. By using strings, we can also perform some operations such as joining different strings. For example, if we have the string hello and the string world, we can join by using the plus operator and the result will be this one. So strings can be used in this way as well. And by using strings, there are some functions and methods that can be used in order to obtain some information about strings. For example, the function len provides us the size of the strings in terms of counting how many characters this string has. In this case, for using the function, we need to replace inside the parentheses the name of the variable of the string. In this case, we can put here the variable t, or we can put here just the string. For example, if we print the result of obtaining the len of this sequence, the result will be 6. Other methods, such as count, provide us the result of counting the number of occurrences of a specific character or chain. For example, by giving some string, let's say Valencia, we can apply this method by saying the name of the variable s dot count and between parentheses those characters that we want to count in this operation. In this case, a. Basically, this instruction will provide us, as a result, how many A's are in the string Valencia. In this case, 2. And here there are some other methods that can be used by using strings. Of course, you can use some of the documentation in order to look for other methods that can be used in your code. When working with strings, it's also important to be able to access a specific position inside this string. This is carried out by the indexing operator brackets. So, by using this, you can access specific positions inside the string. For example, A0 represents the character of the position 0. Take into account that in computer science, the positions usually start from 0 instead of 1. So the very first position of a string is position 0. So this will show the character of position 0, in this case, H. In the same way, character in position 1 is E, and so on. In addition, by using strings, we have also the slicing operator. This operator is represented by a colon and allows us to obtain a substring between some initial and some end position. In this case, here we want to obtain the substring between position 2 and 5, which is this string. Take into account that using the slicing operator will provide us with this substring, but always until the position before this. So at the end, this will give the string of position 2, 3, and 4. The 5 is not included in this. In a similar way, here we provide the result of the substring between position 0 and that position just before 6. This is 5. In addition, the slicing operator can be used by omitting the left or the right part of the code. In this case, if we put 5, colon, and nothing, this will show the result between position 5 until the end of the string. And in a similar way, we can omit the very beginning of the part of the string. Take into account that here strings can be also represented by negative position. Here you can observe that position -1 is the very last one, -2 is the previous, and so on until the beginning. These index negative are more difficult to understand, but are quite used when we want to access to the very last positions of the strings. And also we can perform other operations by using these kind of operators in order to compare different strings. For example, here, by using two operators equal, we are comparing if both strings are the same. In this case, the result is false, since this h is in uppercase and this is in lowercase. But you can be able to perform different comparing operators. So strings are a type of data type that allow us to represent information as a sequence of characters. And you can perform different operations between strings and also to use functions and methods in order to obtain information such as the length of the string or the characters that are included in this string. Thanks for watching.